Okay, so today we're going to be covering the young ancestor approach for the big con. Now, this is by far the hardest approach for the casino heist, so don't be fooled into thinking it's easy just because it lies within the big con approach. It's basically silent and sneaky, but without suppressed weapons so you can't shoot anyone, and no stun guns so you can't tase the cameras. So, for the support crew, you're going to want to pick the cheapest gunman and driver and the most expensive hacker. Although, on this occasion, we picked the 9% hacker because our target is artwork, which can be collected really quickly. But if you're looking for a more in-depth explanation, then click on the link at the top of the screen. And that's where I explain in detail which is the best gunman, driver and hacker to use for all three heist approaches. But anyways, for the optional preps, I've highlighted in green the ones that you should do. These include patrol routes, security intel and level 2 security pass. And in red are the ones that you don't need to do, which is Duncan shipments, power drills and exit disguises. Now, it might seem like a stupid choice to not bother with the exit disguises, but you'll see why later. Now, with the young ancestor approach, it automatically puts you in the main door for your entrance. For the exit, you're going to want to choose the staff lobby. For the buyer, obviously high level buyer, and you don't need to bother with the exit disguises like I said, and now all you need to do is split the cut between you and you're ready to start the heist. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward here. You just pull up at the casino and enter via the main door. Once you're inside, just follow this route until you get to the management area, and once you're there, you'll enter a cutscene. Anyway, I skipped past the cutscene and let's get straight into it. So, walk along this corridor and you'll see there's a guard standing at the end to the left. You want to creep up behind him and knock him out with your pistol like this. Now, you're going to want to take the stairs down to the lower level. There is a camera on the staircase, so just jump over this bit and you avoid the camera seeing you. Now that you've made it downstairs, you're going to want to stand behind this wall and check the map. As you can see, there's a guard approaching, so wait until he gets through this doorway, then creep up behind him and knock him out. Once you've done that, you can advance forward, but make sure the guards in the office are not looking through that doorway as you go past, otherwise you will get spotted. Wait for him to turn his back and then you can go past. Now, to take out the next two guards, you're going to want to use your knife because they're standing very close to each other, and if you smack the first one in the head with a gun, the other one might hear. So creep up behind them and stab them both like this. And the guards in the office can't see you through that window, so you don't have to worry about them spotting you. Anyway, once you've taken these guards out, your next targets are going to be the guards in the office. Now, it's important you time this correctly, so make sure the one that's moving is not looking through this door as you swipe your card. Also, be careful of the camera behind you and make sure it's facing the other way. So, check the map and wait for the one that's walking around to face the doorway. As soon as he turns his back, you want to head into the office and knock out the guy who's standing still. And you can use your gun this time, you don't have to use your knife. And then quickly knock out the other guy before he turns around and spots you. Now, sometimes that door is locked and you have to use the other door, so make sure the guard in the office isn't looking in your direction when you pass this doorway, and also be careful of the camera. Swipe your card and stand behind this wall so that you don't get spotted, and again, when the guard in the office faces the metal detector, wait for him to turn his back and then you can go inside and knock this guy out. Now creep up behind this guy and knock him out as well. Once you've done that, you'll see there's a guard walking up and down near the elevator. Wait for him to pass the elevator and go up the corridor on the right hand side. Then you can run forward and take cover behind this wall. And when he gets near you, simply knock him out like this. Now, if you want a bit of extra money, you can hit the small vault. To do this, you have to get your teammate in the office to open the door for you. It's random how much you'll get. It'll be anything from about 25 to 99k. Anyway, once you've done that, you're going to want to take the stairs down to the basement. Now, be careful when you get to this point because there's a camera up ahead. So, wait for the camera to turn away and then you can get in cover on the wall. And once it faces the other way, you can head down. Okay, so now that you've made it down to the basement, you're going to want to wait behind the elevator because two guards are going to be walking towards you. Just wait behind this wall and knock him out when he gets close, and then wait for the other one to approach and do the same thing. And if they're both approaching at the same time, then get your friend to take out one while you take out the other. Now that they've been taken care of, you can advance forward, but just be careful of this camera here and make sure it's not facing you when you go past, and then you can head into this midsection right here. Now, this next part can be a bit tricky. When you check the map, you'll see there's a guy that keeps moving behind the desk and the camera. So what you do is wait for the guy to turn his back, make sure you stick to this wall and stand in this section right here. Then wait for him to turn back around and start walking in the opposite direction, at which point you want to quickly head this way and get through these doors before he turns around again and spots you. Also, be careful when passing this doorway and make sure the guard is not looking towards you. So now, swipe your cards, head into the vault, take as much as you can and make sure you're out before the timer reaches 0, otherwise you'll blow your cover. Right, so now you're back in the basement, you'll see there's a guard in the office, one in the corner and one behind the desk. So just like last time, make sure the guy in the office is not facing you when you pass the door. So what you want to do is sneak under this camera and be careful not to go in the guard's cone of vision, as it is quite a tight squeeze, but you should make it if you're careful. And then just creep up behind him and knock him out. And once you've done that, your next target is going to be the guy behind the desk. So again, just be careful of the camera, creep up behind him and knock him out. And this time he won't be moving, so you don't have to worry about him turning around and spotting you. But anyway, this next part is really easy because once you get upstairs, there's pretty much no one there, as we took out most of the guards at the beginning. So swipe your card and take the elevator up to the top floor. And as you can see, the place is pretty much empty, and that's why you don't need the exit disguises, because there's literally nobody to see you as you make your escape. So just run right towards the staff lobby and exit the building. Once you get outside, you're going to want to turn right and head this way. So creep up to this cop and knock him out. But before you go any further, wait for this cop to turn his back and then you can proceed forward. So continue following this route and then you can knock this last guy out. Now you can run straight to the getaway cars and make your escape. On this occasion, we decided to steal the chopper that spawns on top of the police station and use that to make our escape. But if you don't want to do that, then the best way to lose the cops is by driving into the sewer tunnels. And once you've lost the cops, emerge at this point, turn left onto the freeway and drive straight to the buyer. And there we go, we've made it to the buyer, and that's it. That's how to do the young ancestor approach. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you have, then feel free to drop a like. And if you enjoy my content, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.